This game was originally going to be an expansion of Ocarina of Time. It was originally going to be called Zelda because of this fact. Now, it came into its own, obviously, as The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This game has an interesting premise. You only have 3 days to beat the game. Now, obviously, this isn't literal because that would turn people off, and if that was actually the case, it would get a 0 out of 10 immediately. Because, well, for a short game, this game is pretty beefy. Also, before the review starts, I need to say this. If you're going to play this game on original N64, you will need the expansion pack. The expansion pack allows games to support better graphics, and because of this fact, you need this thing. It goes in this part of the N64 if you didn't know that. And fun fact, I thought this was a memory card at first. Yeah, I was a big idiot when I was a child. And this is my review of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. So this game starts out with Link riding Epona in a forest. And he basically gets jumped by the Skull Kid and 2 fairies. They're stealing his stuff. Link comes to, well, basically stop them. And chases after them. And he kinda dies. Well, it's not really said that he actually does die or live, but I do kinda agree with Matt, Pat, and Peanut Butter Gamer in that episode of Game Theory. And they had the theory that, well, Link kicked the bucket at this point. Either way, if he doesn't die, he finds some good drugs, because as he's falling, he's tripping out like it's fucking 420. He gets turned into a Deku scrub. What a fucking scrub. And meets Mr. Drug Dealer. That's actually the Happy Mask Salesman from Ocarina of Time. Mr. Druggy tells Link that he'll help him if he gets his special mask back. But Link needs to get back his precious item. Now, I'm not going to insert the obvious Lord of the Rings joke here because I hate that series. Link gets his ocarina back, but not without remembering the Song of Time that he and a fairy named Tattle used to time travel back 3 days, because if they didn't, it would be a literal game over for the two. Tattle's brother Tail, yeah, Tail, it's a stupid joke, gives him a hint. There are 4 giants that will be able to help. 1 in the forest, 1 in the mountain, 1 in the ocean, and 1 in the canyon. If Link can get their help, he may be able to actually stop the Skull Kid. Now, when Link tells Mr. Drugger that, well, he didn't get the mask back, well, this happens. Link goes off to get the help of the giants, and the story of the game is fine, but the side quests are awesome. Everything in this game will make you feel, and I think Some Call Me Johnny says it's best.
The people you can meet and help in this world also make this world feel truly alive, and also incredibly depressing. Sometimes helping someone is as simple as getting a red potion from the shop and giving it to someone to heal their injuries. Other times, it could be as grim as sending someone's soul to rest, or watching someone collapse and die in front of your very eyes to fulfill their dying requests. I'm not exaggerating when I say that the world of Termina can be fucking creepy, and it just gets worse and worse the longer you let the current 3-day cycle pass without doing anything. It doesn't help that you have the face of the apocalypse constantly staring at you no matter where you go, but just about every location in this place is suffering from some sort of plague and whatnot. The swamp is decaying from poisoned water, the Gorons in Snowland are on the verge of freezing to death, the ocean waters are becoming more and more dangerous, and the spirits of Ikana Valley are unable to rest, causing trouble to the living. Termina is pretty fucked up. Let's look at the Romani Ranch for example, which you can only normally visit on the 3rd day of the 3-day cycle. Just approaching the young Romani in the ranch alerts you that something isn't quite right about this place. Romani looks completely out of it, as if she got lobotomized or something, and when you speak to her older sister in the barn, she mentions something about their cows going missing and looks to be filled with regret. It's only when you obtain the means to enter the Romani Ranch earlier in the 3-day cycle that you discover that ghostly creatures invaded their ranch, stole their cows, and did something to Romani. By helping Romani fend off the cow-stealing aliens, you can prevent all of that from happening and save the ranch. Majora's Mask is filled with side quests like this, which leaves me with a wonderful feeling of satisfaction whenever I successfully complete a side quest such as this. In the last review, I brought up that I couldn't connect with Link in the slightest because he doesn't have any emotional connection to anybody. In this game, that doesn't matter because I, myself, connect with these people. Majora's Mask not only does a good job in creating likable characters, but also does a good job making me laugh with its humorous dialogue. Because of this, I want to help these people. I want to see these people overcome their problems or put them at ease, whether it's the troubled couple of Anjo and Keife, or the bickering townspeople that refuse to believe that the moon is actually falling. No other Zelda game at this point has made me feel such a way about the residents within its own world, and I applaud this game for making me do so. When you visit the milk bar just mere hours before the moon crashes, the barkeep will tell you that he wished he got to see his favorite customer before dying, and that his wish came true when you walked inside the bar. That just tugs on my heartstrings, man. I know it's just a bunch of polygons, but why is it making me feel so sad?
This game has not really made any changes to the combat outside of the masks. Outside the 3 story masks, you can get other masks that makes you invisible to some people, eliminate the need for bombs, and the only mask that should take priority over anything is a bunny hood that double links top speed. Now for the story masks, the Daki mask allows you to shoot these snot bubbles, glide from jumping out of these flowers, and skip on water for about 5 skips. The Goron mask allows you to pick up heavier objects, punch with the same strength of the Bite of 87, and cruise around at the top speed with a spikier version of the Spin Dash. Zora's Mask has a built-in boomerang, uses karate to fight, and has some great swimming controls. You need to master these abilities so you can actually advance and complete the game. Also, because of masks, there is no quote screen like the last game. So this item is controlled with a C stick or C buttons depending on the version of the game you're playing. The Ocarina has more of an importance than an Ocarina of Time. Ironic, I know. Because play the Song of Time backwards, you can slow down time. Play the Song of Time hitting the notes twice in a row, you can skip forward to different sections. In the 3DS version, you can select the time you want to go to, eliminating the need to wait around. In the 3DS version, this also includes the same features as a 3D version of Ocarina of Time, but I won't mention them here. For some reason though, in the 3DS version, you have to tackle the bosses differently. When you fight a Dola, in the N64 version, all you need to do is slash the fucker's legs. In the 3DS version, well, just watch. I don't know why, but some of the bosses have been tweaked. I really don't get it, but to paraphrase Rick and Morty for a second, it's like fighting the bosses with extra steps. The first and last dungeons are fine, but the second and third ones are too complicated. The third one is just basically the water dungeon, but...
Take the most horrific, awful thing you can think of and multiply it by cancer.
And the second dungeon, well, have fun with size physics. The graphics are better than Ocarina of Time, and that's mainly because of the expansion pack. But in a lot of areas, it does look murky, but it has a good amount of colors. And it's not like those murky areas has a bland design. The Land of Termina has interesting designs, and it's a lot smaller than Ocarina of Time, which is a major plus. Because of its small stature, you can stare in one direction and see a different area, and that's cool, because you can see how it transitions into something else. Also, in the 3DS version, it looks a hell of a lot better, and much more colorful than the N64 version. There's still a lot of atmospheric pieces though, and I kinda wish we had more pieces that were just, well, songs, but oh well. So, now taking into account the story, characters, gameplay, graphics, and sound, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask gets a 9 out of 10. It has some better choices from Ocarina of Time, though the rating may be high, the 3-day system may turn people off. I think this is a more of a acquired taste, and I say this because when I first played this game, I hated it. And after some time and watching Tyler Cedarwall and Chuck Conroy's Let's Play of these games, I started to see some good parts of this game. At this point in time, Majora's Mask is available for the N64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. Oh, no shit, also 3DS. I almost forgot about that.